Alright. Let's just play one quick game just to really get it in. Hugin is a counterpick to Moonin, totally. Dude, Moonin is actually like top 3 character in this game mode for sure. Just telling you, that's a little teaser to... I just spammed that button on accident and it worked. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Reverse. The true reverse. Oh, I missed that neutral. I'm missing everything. Hey look, it's another top tier character. It's Fate. There's so many combos. She hit that true. What a whore. Out of here. With the V formation. Clean, clean, clean. I think I'll go both for the last one. No, I missed it. I have to go like that. Read. Oh my gosh, that's a clip. Wait, I don't even have to clip it. That's the best part. It's already in the stream. Okay, whatever. Right, where's the first Suzaku Castle? No, definitely not. Oh, this is definitely one that I'm gonna be talking about. Alright, yeah, these two I want to talk about.
3, 2, 1, Brawl.
Here's just visual proof that canon is... Okay, that was a clean little read. Visual proof, canon is insane. All the backdash potential, the only thing is... The stun is insane. And then here's Axe gameplay, whatever. Alright, yeah, the rest was Axe gameplay. Of course it was. Alright, that's the wrong game, and time to search again, and time to search again. Ugh, it's so painful. Dude, how many times am I gonna search? Holy shoot, where's the gate? Oh. Oh, right here, finally. Okay, Moonin. I just had a clean clip with another character, or with Moonin. But here's Hugin technically. But just the amount of overall threat coverage you can get. I just stood still for like a solid 10 seconds, putting on my music that I eventually did turn off after like 3 games. Alright, we're good. Anyways, easy reach should have hit, but I'm glad it doesn't hit grounded. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna be going over probably a guide on every weapon and how to use it. Clean read right there. That was fresh, going with the bow. I don't think the rest was bow. This is just a little bit of visual proof that obviously that time I did hit it in the most recent clip I pulled. That's because I'm cracked like that. But in this one I didn't hit the end-sig at all. I didn't bother with it. So that was nice. I think it was safe here, yeah. I might have lost my stock here. Did I? No, I didn't. I might have. What the damn UI? Hold on. Okay, yeah, I did lose a stock. You're forcing me into bow. That's great. I don't know what I'm pronouncing there. Probably just spamming here. Was I going for a ground pound? I just said like... Alright, whatever. The clips were ruined. Anyhow. This really shouldn't take anything more than 4 minutes. If it does, you're trash. You're both trash, I'm sorry. That or you're both really passive, and neither is a good connotation to have. Anyways. Let's talk about counterpicks in this game. If you don't know what a counterpick is, it's basically a pick in a game that will most typically It will, okay. So here's the thing about counterpicking. It will most commonly be seen. Finally. Alright, but counterpicks will most commonly be seen as in the normal games.
So you don't play Fortnite?
I do play Fortnite, but I don't really want to be like on Fortnite right now. I'm not exactly on good terms with that game. Not really enjoying it right now. But anyhow, what was I saying? Oh yeah, normal counters, yeah, normal counter picks that are seen in the normal game would be something like Magyar for low power characters, Amethyst for low defense legends, sometimes even a character like Taros that's got moderate defense and moderate power, just a good answer and has axe. Maybe sometimes it'd be something like a Mako. Yeah, Mako, because she's pretty fast and she's got, at the time she had great swords, so she was extremely broken. Maybe I'd say like just a whole bunch of characters that have a really high stat that give them a huge edge over most characters. Or their stats are so drugged out they look like this. Why does this exist? What exist? This is annoyingly balanced for an Axe Legend and I kinda hate it. Yeah, why does this exist though? Like, really? 9 defense Axe Legend? Come on now. You already made Zeros, and you made Amethyst. Well, technically Zol. It really made no sense. Brawlhalla was snorting this spliffy. Whatever. So we're gonna be talking about characters that counterpick in this game. So right off the bat, this character is still the worst in the game. She's got 7th place weapon, tied for 7th place weapon, and then her secondary weapon, the Katars, the Catters, whatever you want to call them, they're not good. They're the very definition of what bad would be if bad was given a pass to not be bad. Like, gauntlets are horrible because they have no range. Katars just like, they have the combos, but everything can drop so easily. Alright, but anyways, yeah, this character is still the worst. Another character that I'd say is bad is Plague Knight. I used to main Caspian, so this definitely hits me a little bit. But I can admit when I see defeat, and this is a character that he doesn't make a cut. This is a low tier character. I mean, he's got one weapon, great combos, or great combo potential, but again, it falls off. Katars sitting there, and then gauntlets as its main weapon it's not that good. Katars are really good with. His Katars are only decent in this game mode, at least, is because he has the range with down sig, side sig, and end sig. So, yeah, but down sig's kinda useless. It could be a very good jump dodge kind of move. Side sig, it reaches from the other side of the map. So if your opponent's just spamming like side sig on Azoth or something, you can definitely punish that. Just a whole bunch of things that they're doing. Also, this guy's not that great as opposed to being the best character in the game for normal matches. Also, yes, esports colors is the only right color, specifically V2. This just looks clean as hell. But we're gonna be talking about counterpicks. That's the main theme of the video or the stream. So let's actually get on that. The first counterpick that I want to be talking about is weapon matchup counterpicks. So we know the worst weapon in the game is Lance, right? Well, the Lance is actually really good against blasters. Let's see if I can actually pull it off. No, I cannot. Whatever. But the Lance against blasters, I just clicked around because he's my favorite Lance. the Lance can really do good into a few weapons that it normally would struggle against. So right off the bat, Blasters is a huge victory for that weapon right there. Clean little combo conversion I made. I have like no practice time on this. I'm just like winging it at this point. But yeah, this weapon does. Can you stop doing M-Light after every move? This has combos where combos should not be. But the thing is, its corner is not that good. You're going to be forced to backdash a lot. That's just really any fighting game where corner is like not that useful to begin with. But, get out of here. Get out, Yumi. Get out, Yumi. Get out, Yumi. Oh, what the hell? You're dying to the satellite. Hey. I forgot to put it on 50%, I just realized that, but... Lance is a great matchup into Blasters. And the reason for this is, Blasters, they have great spacing, but... they're very lateral as well as Lances, but where usually you'd see Lance not come out on top, Blasters does come out on top. Oh my god, a cannon legend. They're always on crack. But the exact reason for why I say this is... Oh yeah, Spear's punching game is still insane in this game mode as well. You can just like, with the right legend, if you have the right SIGs, you could do so much. I still think this game needs a story mode. Recover is not a bad move to use, at least in this one, because you can just like do that, reassess, neutral, get yourself a good read. But yeah, it's just, it may be the worst weapon, but it's a great answer to basically every good neutral tool. So Spear loses this matchup because of the no range, so that means high priority weapon versus a good neutral, which does actually mean that every Lance character is actually a pretty decent counter pick to Bow. But I say decent because Bow can get in your face really easily as well, so it just depends on whether you press a button or not, and you better hope you press the right button, because if they went with Bow player went with an N-Light, that is a combo starter in this map. I'm not joking about that either, I can show you. I wish this map was slightly bigger, I won't lie, but I'm not complaining too much about it because it is still spacious enough where you're not just freaking dumping on everybody, so... So yeah, that's the thing. It's not even close to being a kill confirm. A better kill confirm would be the jump read with the recovery. But like, here, let's not go with Diana. Let's just go with I don't know, Peasant Ember. Also, I don't think defense actually affects anything this game mode. We're about to find out though, so yeah.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
We'll talk about Kataz in a minute. It's gonna be so hard trying to hit that. Because I don't think there's any stun, you can literally just... It's not a lot of starting potential, but you have your moves, so... I still think your best combo ender is this, alright? This, or this. Best combo starter is side light and D light. Like, all of the things that you can normally do, they work. Even right here. This is probably gonna be, this is just a read really, just like, Just like you see this, you go like that, you see that they're gonna dodge in, or they dodge in a lot, as every gold player does. Ground pound, a great neutral tool. Just like, obviously with this character you have this, but let me just show you what you can do with, if I can actually hit it. Alright, you know I'm ground pounding. See, if you're both just like constantly fighting and nobody is hitting, you have that ground pound stacked option. With certain bow characters you have better options, so that missed, that's pain. So for combo enders, I'd say downlight and endlight's a good combo extender. Your best enders are by far Cider and Recovery. I don't think Downer is an ender, but more of an extender, so like this is just something that works so well because of the small stage and the corner positioning. So to this day I still think this is, well, she's not the best legend when it comes to this game mode. Let's put the bots on easy just to be a little better, but to look better. But yeah, this is just thing with bow, and because of that low priority that bow kind of has going on, it's super easy to get in with a Lance character, especially a character like Vrax, maybe a Scarlet, Indefinite Artemis being able to get in there. And being able to get out of there as well. That's not bad. Like, side stick's so broken, you could dodge an attack from behind, hits, and dodge an attack from the front. But this is not as broken as she used to be. Back when Lance was OP. But just something to keep in mind. That's a thing. That side stick is such good hitbox manipulation. Hey, that was a whole read. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, my man. You can't stay on here for long, but just when it comes to like the moves that you have for bow, in the corner this is okay. Can't do it anymore, so that's annoying. You have this and couple that with a downlight and you're getting a lot. Here's another counter pick play. Gauntlets, obviously Axe still counter picks Lance here. But Gauntlets actually counter picks the Lance as well, which is odd because it's kind of like a triangle in the normal games. And the reason for Gauntlets being able to counter pick is you're able to jump a lot, so that means that if they get the right read, they could get under, they could get over. And considering this is your best combo that you could do, it's just a whole bunch of like sidelight into something else. Obviously that means it's the best starter, best extender right here. Best combo finisher is gonna be side air and down air. If you're good, you could probably do a SIG instead. Or even a, that's the wrong thing. Even a recovery. If you're just cracked like that, remember you can use recovery to, do a lot of things in Lance. Cause now you can extend it since you're just gonna hit the bounce, you're just gonna bounce off the head of the roof. So, because of that you can do a lot more. Hold on. So, yeah. Next matchup that I do want to speak of, at least for counter pick wise, Cannon is the counter. And I'm pretty sure this is the only counter that this weapon has. It's the counter to orb. I don't know why in the hell this happens in this, but like, Cannon is the counter to orb in this game mode. It's so interesting too, because it's like, what? Did you just say Cannon is better? Well, I mean, obviously it's better. It's top 5 compared to a non-top 5 weapon. but it's a freaking better than orb. Like, I know the orb nerds that are out there, the ones that even exist. They're just gonna be like, but this is literally a corner-based weapon versus a neutral weapon, and you're not wrong. But like, when Cannon has things like, when Cannon has combo starters like, oh my god, I just realized nothing's hitting. When Cannon has combo starters, oh, nice read. When Cannon has nice combo starters, so I can even freaking talk. When it has nice combo starters like, what is it called? Downlight and Sidelight and even Endlight. Endlight is a combo extender, and at least in this version of the game, unless you're like right here. Also, yeah, you can. It's really hard, but I can't pull it off yet. All I know is it's possible. I meant to Ensig there, but pressed. I literally read the jump, but forgot I'm not playing Lin Fei. Alright, as I was saying, when you have good start combos and good end combos, not to mention you can basically infinite somebody in the corner. Literally that combo alone infinites, so when you have things like that, just insanely good combos. You have so many tools that you have available to yourself, that's just, it's scary. Okay, it's just freaking scary as hell being able to face these players, because it's like, whoa, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna die or am I gonna die? Also, this character's still not good. I don't care what you say, not even in this game mode, is she still good. He's pretty good, because of his infinite movement, but, yeah, anyways, so that's the only counter I'd say Orb actually has. Then again, Orb's not like a top tier weapon. Remember, it falls down at 6th, so with that, just remember 6th place. It's not the best, and that's the worst either. It's just, it's kind of the average out of 14, quote-unquote 14 weapons, because remember, unarmed exists. At least in my mind, I find it a weapon. It's not the worst weapon, because Lance has, like, nothing if you don't know how to use it. But I'll say that at least you're not as bad as freaking, a lot of the roster. I'd say a lot. Also, yeah, Isaiah's viable again, boys. How you feel about that? I've been waiting for this retard to be viable since 1979, I swear. We're also going to be talking about stat matchups, but this is actually a good matchup that I'm going to talk about here. So, Blasters still has its normal matchups, but the best matchup I'd say Blasters has, and this is just undefined destruction, Sword. Like, I don't know what it is about Sword, but it being one of the most average weapons, I think it falls at 8th. It's just so hard for you to get in with Sword, because it's like, okay, well, what am I gonna do next? Because it's just like, he can totally not just spam D late and then late and just completely read me, so yeah, it's just scary. Scary world out there for Sword players, especially when you see a Blasters player, because of course Blasters it falls short, or it falls right under the 5th, or right under top 5. It's that 5th place spot, but it's such a gap between Orb and Blasters that it really doesn't seem to make a difference, because damn it, I missed. Well, let me see if I can hit this. Hey, I hit it. And then she jumped like an idiot. Ensig. Yeah, Ensig for Isaiah is broken. But outside of what I was originally saying, just like, see, I literally just backdashed, and that's all I need to like get the satellite spacing correct. But it's scary what blasters can do, because it's actually like good in this meta, and you're telling me right now that blasters is so good it can actually fight one of the best weapons in the game again. Like, this has been a blasters complaint since, like, honestly, since 2020, maybe 2020, maybe 2019 even, where blasters was not strong for a very long meta, and sword was pretty good. Not broken, but sword could get in, and that's stupid. But yeah, also his character is not good. It hurts. This character is kind of good. But I already talked about him. This character is skyrocketing the charts. Really good. Really good. Like, not even off of the axe. Just the guitar sigs are really good. Next, we're going to be talking about Ching Chong Bing Bong. No, I'm just kidding. But anyhow, so that's just a counter pick that I actually did want to talk about. I do have this sorted. I'm just reading it out sometimes. So yeah, just blasters into sword. It's a thing, and it's a scary thing for sword players, because it's like if blasters could outspace you again, but not just do it pretty well, do it exceptionally. To a certain degree that it just hurts. Like, it just hurts so bad. Well, man, here we are. So yeah, let's go. Next matchup, Scythe into Sword. Wow, Sword's really getting flamed. It's not even the worst weapon in the game. Obviously, she hasn't even picked up a sword yet, and I'm not gonna let her. But Scythe into Sword is actually a very, very negative thing for, what is it called, for Sword. Like, I honestly think this is a bigger difference than Blasters into Sword was, and Blasters into Sword used to be the biggest problem. But yeah, Blasters into Sword is, or not Blasters, Scythe into Sword is a super positive battle, because the thing is, Scythe has insane neutral, and on top of having insane neutral, it has good starters, good extenders. Everything's an extender at this point. Good read potential. It just has the whole packet. It has the whole packet, and this isn't even like a conversation anymore. It just, like, you cannot get in with Sword against Scythe. At least not here, because it has the combos. Oh wow, that hit stacked. Nice. But I keep saying but, holy crap. Damn. Read. I don't know how it feels like to kill with that. Yo, come on. Come on, you know you want to jump again. Dead sig. No way! Okay, you know what, frick you. She's not jumping. Anyhow. So, yeah, Scythe into Sword, as I was saying, well, Sword into Scythe would be the negative trait here. And this weapon, it's the best weapon, so of course it's going to have almost nothing but winning matchups. The only losing matchup I'd say is probably going to have to be, actually, let's not talk about that. I'll talk about that later. But it's just Sword cannot get in against Blasters, it cannot get in against Spear. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. I'm not even gonna like show a game. I'm just gonna say that because it makes sense. It can't even get into spear in normal games, and it certainly cannot get into scythe. Because all scythe needs is one read, and one read can turn into a full stock combo. Well, not combo, but string. It can be a full string that'll last about 2 seconds, and you don't get your dodge back for 3 seconds. So that dodge rate is going to be really crucial, especially when it's damage based. So, still think the damage is too high, just personally. But that's why I put it to 50. But yeah, that's one of my main points I gotta say is biggest counter pick to sword is scythe. So if you're seeing a lot of like, I don't know, simple fans, SWATA fanboys, you know, playing that boat bar, pull out any scythe character, any of them, and I guarantee that you could be the worst player in the earth, and that guy could be one of the best, maybe a pro, and he will still lose. Because Scythe just has such an overwhelming matchup against Sword that it's painful. And since we're already slandering Sword for the second time, let's do it a third time. We already did with a spear, but fourth time I guess now. Hammer into Sword. I don't know. It makes no sense. Sword should obviously be able to get into Hammer. But for some reason it can't. It just can't. Cannot. I don't even get it myself, man. Like, please explain to me why, like, two pretty close ranged weapons, one of them just completely decimates. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It really does not.
3, 2, Brawl.
But yeah, if you want an answer to Sword, I already gave you 4. Wait, hold on. Let's see if I can hit it. Oh my god. No, go for the side air! Oh my god, you idiot. Not the side air. The nair. Oh yeah, it was side air actually. I was... well, not low enough anymore. Obviously we don't have a sword here to give examples, but sword into, sword really just has a lot of losing matchups because of its low range. Damn, that was an accidental combo. But, thanks to that low combo potential, and couple that with low damage, it doesn't get better. It really doesn't for this weapon. It's got 3 winning matchups, or well, 4 actually. We've slandered it 4 times now. 3 winning matchups, or 4 winning matchups, 4 losing matchups, which would leave only 3 tie matchups. And the only winning matchup Sword has, that's like, I'd say actually makes a difference, is Sword into Katars, and Sword into Unarmed, of course. That's because both of those are pretty in-your-face kind of things, and Sword can have somewhat of a distance, and it can also close a distance. But yeah, that's literally the only good thing about Sword. It's being able to do with those 2 weapons, and then like you get the only other winning matchup is Axe. That's because Axe, being the second best weapon, it's still pretty slow on startup and not on startup. Like, if you're not doing it right, it could actually it could go bad very, very quickly. Because you have to control your end lag in a very small area. I'd say this is about the size of Brawl Haven, maybe a little... Maybe it's actually a little bigger, like... Maybe I'd say it's about a little bit less than the distance of Shipwreck. Yeah, Axe may be the second best, because outside of this matchup, I don't really think there's another... See, look, look, look! I can't do anything in the corner against that Enlight, but that's just Enlight. It's always been strong. Get your ass out of here. I refuse. Bro, what are you jumping for? Like, I'm the aerial support character, not you. Right, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted. That was a 1-minute stock, ouch. Axe just does not have a winning matchup into Sword. And as weird as this sounds, because it's like, okay, well in normal games, Axe is literally the second best weapon. Right after Bow, because Bow is broken right now. Like, Axe is easily going to clap, right? Nah. Nah. It could be the second best weapon, it could be the third, it could be the best weapon in the game, but for some reason, this small area causes that end lag to be just enough for it to have a losing matchup against Sword, a tying matchup against most close range weapons, and a winning matchup against every long range, because this is just Lance, but slightly better. The only one of the tying matchups that I will say is Sidesick. I wanna haymaker somebody to hell. Bye bye. I'd say it's the only tying matchup that's long range is Bow, and that's because as far as Bow can get, it's not an insane amount of distance. Or not Bow, what the hell is it called? Spear. Spear, I don't know what it is about Spear, but even being one of the tops, it's decent neutral, great punishing. That's really your best time to use it, is just the whiff punish, as it normally is. But yeah. So, now that we've slandered Sword, let's leave it alone. Let's talk about Gauntlets and the fact that they lose every matchup. Except for 2. Now that I'm thinking about it, only 2 matchups are... They're not even, like, winning matchups either, they're just tie matchups. These 2, the first one being Lance. Lance, it's got a tying matchup, and that's because, yeah, it can punish very easily, but when one weapon has an extreme amount of priority and is slightly slower, I think I'll take my chances with the weapon that... I think I'll take my chances with the high priority over any close range, especially a weapon like Gauntlets, because Gauntlets, they're not even that, like, good. They're literally second worst in the entire list. It's for good reason. That's because one of their only tying matchups is against the worst weapon. And their only other tying matchup is... What the hell is it called? Bye-bye. Their only tying matchup is frickin'... I can't even remember the damn name. Catters. The guitars being one of the worst weapons. I mean, it's 4th worst, so... Out of 14, though, that's kind of bad, I won't lie. I didn't mean to do that, I meant to jump dare. Which is a great spacing option in this game mode. Like, you want some good space, just go that. Oh wait, actually... Recovery, insane. Recovery is insane. I don't know what it is, but all the recoveries except for, like, probably, I don't know, hammer? No. Guitar? No. Axe recovery is still broken. Spear recovery, eh. Everything but, like, Blaster's recovery is kind of useless, and that's because Blaster's recovery doesn't have much distance. But anyways, so yeah, this weapon isn't bad because because it has no range. It's just not got any good matchups. Like, bro, you used to be so good, and now you're losing to weapons like sword again. Come on. You're losing to you're losing to the main roster, obviously unarmed. So, I'm not counting unarmed as a weapon when it comes to the time matches, because it's like, okay, well that makes no sense. You're never gonna have a losing match against unarmed. It's still not that useless though. It's got some decent range, but you're not winning a single matchup with this weapon. Hey, at least you don't have, yeah, well, you're not really winning any matchups that commonly. Of course, it's a very balanced game, so you can still win with the worse weapon, or with the the counter-picked weapon, so the weapon that was, that the enemy used a counter-pick on. This, this weapon, it's not losing every single matchup, alright? It's just not got a good matchup. Like, when somebody says a losing matchup in any video game, they mean that it's not even close to being a good matchup. It just means, yeah, you can still win, but you're gonna have to play a whole lot more differently than if you had a winning matchup. And when a weapon like this has no winning matchup, that's pain. And Lance is only the worst because it has winning matchups against every spacing weapon, but that's only because of the small stage. Like, if it were a slightly bigger stage, I think the spacing weapons would take victory. Again, unarmed excluded. But yeah, just Lance, it really struggles against everything. I just make it look easy because it's an easy bot. That's really all I gotta say for Brawl. It's just got no really good matchups. But, Orb.
3, 2, 1, Brawl!
Now this is absolutely ridiculous. It has no losing matchups. Like, this weapon is so average, every matchup is either a winning or a tying matchup. And, for 3 of the top 5, it's actually a winning matchup. So don't worry, you want to counter to most of the top 5 or the meta. I got you, man. And that first meta piece is going to start with yippee-ki-yay, motherfucking axe players, because now we can beat you with this slightly better sword. That should hit since every activation. What the frick? Side sig. Down sig. And sig. Oh. Damn, I can't do them all together. Alright, whatever. You're gone. But, Orb. Its first winning matchup is going to be that very, very prickly axe. Third best weapon in the current meta for this, and holy crap, I'm comboing, what the fudge? Wait, hold on, can I hit the true combo though? That's what matters most. The hardest true combo in the game. I don't know why. It's just perfect timing, but anyways. Yeah, I'd say like everything but those 3 matchups are time matchups. The second one obviously gonna have to be Cannon. Cannon does not have a winning matchup into this weapon, and that's only because Cannon's like most vertical attack is a nair, and that has like not really good spacing. But this weapon's definitely able to output damage, punish players. It can freaking do stuff. That's all I gotta say. It does stuff, and it does a very fair amount of stuff at that. It's not a small bit. It does a very fair amount of stuff. So really no discredit there. last thing to say. What the hell? Oh, hey, Kazan. Last thing to say is... What the fudge? What the they all just got smaller. As I was saying though, last thing to say is definitely going to be, at least when it comes to Orb, its other matchup is, not bow, freaking, not blasters, so that means Scythe. Yeah, Scythe. That makes sense, Scythe. Actually, no, I guess it is two. It has 2 winning matchups and then the rest are tied. So that means, 11 tie matchups. That's pretty good. That's a lot. But it has 2 winning matchups and those are on 2 of the best weapons in the game. Cannon and Axe, so one orb character could potentially counter Amethyst or Zol. But, yeah, that's great. And you got a character like Fate, that's super good. Like, that is extremely good, especially going up against most characters. Because, yeah, you may have a character like this that's easily top 5. But you got a character like this who, I don't know if she's potentially top 5 yet, but she is certainly a threat. Because she has the 6th best and the best weapon. And when one of those weapons counters and then the other weapon, I'm just saying, Scythe has no losing matchups and it has no tying matchups. Like, it's that good. I also ran a whole bunch of tests, don't worry. It took like a half hour, probably longer. Maybe 45 to an hour. 45 minutes, but yeah, Scythe does not lose any matchups. This was also something tested against Extreme Bots. Not chosen because I didn't feel like sweating. But Extreme Bots were difficult enough where they're difficult enough where I actually don't care. No, come on. I keep going silent. I freaking need to stop that habit. But yeah, this was like an hour. And I just want to talk about most matchups. I also wanted to personally slander Sword because I found a new dislike for the weapon ever since it became meta. Like, I'm sorry, but no easy weapon should ever be meta. Bro! I thought it was already grounded. That's painful to not hit anymore. Bye-bye. Yes, it doesn't lose a single matchup. And that's why we're not even going to talk about it. We're literally not. But yeah, Orb, it's an axe and cannon. Not a killer for the weapons, but a very, very good challenger to both weapons. So you can definitely win a match using an Orb Legend. Not this character though. Probably not this guy. Definitely her. Oh yeah, definitely her. The thing is, spacing weapons, they usually get counterpicked by high to mid priority weapons, but the reason for that is because you cannot run away. You're not able to run away too well, but Blasters has good spacing and Bow does too, so yeah. But anyways, wait, hold on. You cuck. Hold up. Let me see something. Oh, that's trash. Literally so ass. Oh, that set might look clean actually. But as I was saying, yeah, that was all actually. Next matchup. I don't get why. It It has a losing match, or it has a winning matchup over everything but B tier. Or no. Yeah, tie matchup. So, Great Sword, Sword, Unarmed, and Katars are tie matchups. Losing matchups are everything above it. Actually, and Orb is another tie matchup, because that's just because it's decent neutral. And then Spear, what else is... It has a winning matchup only against the B tier weapons. So, Hammer, Gauntlets, and Lance. That's honestly... It's average. That's literally the most average thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of average things. Yeah, that's really all I got to say for that. Next thing that I do gotta say, Hammer. It's got a win. Okay, it's got a losing matchup for like everything up to the top up to like Spear. Spear is its last losing matchup, not winning. And then it's got a few winning matchups in there, like Sword. Obviously, I know I'm just not being counted. Sword, Gauntlets. Definitely has a winning matchup over Lance. And then everything else is a tie match, so... Then like, Katars. Katars is a tie match. Greatsword is a tie matchup. Yeah. Speaking of Greatsword, why don't we do that next, actually? Let me stop saying actually, like, holy crap, man, I've said it like 5 times now. Anyways, Mako, the goblin herself. One of the best stances, definitely best 2 stance. But that's very, very off the point here. The point though is that Mako, or not Mako, Greatsword, frickin' brain not working over here. Greatsword is fun. It's super fun. Actually looks kind of cool. I'm just colorblind, so I think I'll take that. That looks the cleanest. But as I was saying, so Greatsword. Let's actually play a match with this weapon because I feel like it. It has losing matchups to the top 5. Time matchups with Spear and Orb. Oh, what the hell? Bro. That should not have hit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Nice read, Duke. Bye bye. That's so stupid. Another time matchup I'd say is Sword. I know it's weird. A big sword being able to. The big sword doesn't beat a small sword. Well, that's because Sword is just a bit too fast. Regardless of what's hard, also always go for the jump read. It works. Like, it's just so good. Especially because most gold and silver players like jumping after like everything, so it's not a bad concern to have. Shit, and I didn't even hit that. Okay. Big distance. Damn, I hit that read. Bro! Watch me miss again. I am crying inside. I'm very much crying internally. Skeet. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. Wow. All because that first part of that sig did not hit me. Goodbye. Beyblade for the win. But, I didn't even talk at all during that whole gameplay. Great sword, like I said, time matches are sword. What the hell is that weapon called? Spear and orb, I already talked about those. Yeah, that's all, and then the rest are winning, so Katars and Arm, just freaking Hammer, Gauntlets, and Lance are winning matchups. So, because of that, it's not very useful. I'd say it's on the better, and I'd say it's definitely better than Spear is, because I don't know why, but Spear, even though it has more winning matchups than tying matchups, which is the same thing with than Greatsword does. For some reason, Greatsword it does slightly better, but it's not noticeable enough to say that they're not tied. So, yeah. So we talked about that. Now that's Greatsword and all of its matchups. We're not even going to talk about Axe because most of its losing matchups are completely stupid. If you want to hear him, I can really just say this. Cannon, I'm glad about this. Sword, makes no sense. And I'm so happy about this as well. Orb. Orb, it doesn't make too much sense, but I guess it's because it's got pretty good punishing potential as well as it's just got great combo potential. Axe does too, but usually Axe's combos are all over the place, not forced into a corner. So I'd say really because of that alone, it's great. I will say right now, definitely very fun. Definitely a very fun experience. Axe is not a weapon that I would ever play. Just saying, I would never play as competitively. Unless it's like, I don't know, freaking... Like, every other weapon is complete garbage, and, like, it's just like, kneel to me, trash, I'm the Axe, I'm the best weapon. I'd probably still stand by my Katars. Yes, I'd play Ragnar, but only the Katars, as I usually do. Yeah, that's really all for its losing matchups. Well, obviously outside of the other two top 5 spots, total of 5 losing matchups. Yeah. That's all I really gotta say for Axe. Blasters, we already talked about it. It kills. It doesn't kill, but, well, not a minute. Practically a winning matchup from Sword and below. Tied matchups with Orb to Spear, and Greatsword. And then most matchups are losing after that, just at the tops. So yeah. What's next? Bow, I guess. It's only losing matchup. Like, it literally doesn't lose a single matchup except for Spear. I mean, not Spear. Scythe and Lance. That's it. Lance is because the stage is not big enough, and Scythe because Scythe has the best starters, the best neutral, and it's just insane. It's got a great punishing game, great neutral, great bullying tactics, great combo in the corner, great combos in general, great extensions. It's got everything that you need in only 6 pieces. It also has footsies. Why does it have footsies? It's not even a freaking real fighting game. It's a platform fighter. Like, there's only one other weapon that has footsies, and it only makes sense because it's freaking unarmed. Unarmed's footsie is downer, by the way. Just saying. Downer and I guess technically dash sidelight. That's another decent footsie, but yeah, just it makes no sense that it has footsies when nothing else is footsies. Not to mention there are like 2 scythe characters that are trappers. We'll talk about the types of characters there are in an actual fighting game, probably in the next stream as soon as I end this one. But I guess the final matchups I'm gonna say is stats. So most people are gonna give me hate for this, but high speed actually loses to low speed legends. I know it really doesn't make sense in a lot of people's minds, and it doesn't make sense in my mind either. But it exists. It's not something new. It's not something fresh. We just know it happens. And we know that Vector's actually good again, yay. We also know that it's insanity. It's pure insanity, bro. I really don't know what to tell you. The weapon is just... They're not the weapon, the stats are weird. Like, that's right, you can play Power Stance Volkov and not be scared anymore, guys. How you feel? That's great. Character also has the best weapon in the game and the 3rd best, so yeah. I just realized the 3 best are still the 3 best, only they're kind of in somewhat swapped order. Because the 3rd best for normal is Scythe, and 3rd best for this game, or the best for this game is Scythe. 2nd best is Bow, and then for normal it's the best, and then for normal Axe is 2nd, and then for this it's 3rd. So it's the same top 3, in my opinion. But plopping out of all these rabbit holes that I've made, another thing, alright, let's talk about overall. Low power beats out beats out a lot of high dex legends, I don't know why. Wait a second. I'm back now. Low power beats out high dex and beats out low dex. High defense isn't really that, high defense is not really useful here because you're just gonna still get comboed forever in the corner, so yeah, high defense does nothing for you. And then high speed, again, we've already talked. High speed it beats everything except for low speed, which makes no sense. High power beats everything but high speed, so yeah. High dex loses to everything except for high defense. Yeah, that's really all. So that's all for the video too. So I'll see you in the next stream or video that I make.